Internet ha riunito tutta l'informazione prima separata. Internet rappresenta l'opposto della biblioteca. È inclusiva, proprio nel senso che comprime tempi e spazi. Tale accelerazione libera una gran quantità di energia.
Talking a lot in these days about WikiLeaks. The question is, how would you manage a leak?
It depends what it is. Most of the time, they're easy to manage because they won't be that significant. What's interesting about the WikiLeaks thing is the scale of it. You're talking about 250,000 documents, and some of them, had they been leaked on their own, would have caused a big enough sensation and debate. So when you've got so many at the same time, in a funny sort of way, I think it's made it easier for the governments to handle it. Because nothing, I mean, from the American perspective, actually it's embarrassing on one level, but it does give the sense of there being a pretty clear strategic approach to foreign policy. I think where it's most embarrassing is for those countries that are seen to have been saying different things in public and in private. That's when it becomes difficult. But again, it's embarrassing as opposed to being absolutely catastrophic. So I think it'll keep rumbling on. WikiLeaks is established much more in the public mind around the world as an organisation that does what it does. But I think for the governments before too long, I think they'll be saying the damage wasn't too great.
Yes. And for the Italian government, it wasn't a great damage too.
No, and also because all the things that were said about the Italian Prime Minister, he might not have liked reading them, but he's read them before, and he's read far worse before, so I don't think it's that big a problem. Same for Sarkozy, same for Putin, all of them.
Okay. The other question is, if you were the spin doctor of Silvio Berlusconi, how would you manage it?
Oh my God. No, he's in as I said in my speech, it's an odd situation because you have the Prime Minister who's also a major media owner. That's a very different situation to what you get in most countries. What it means, I think, is that a lot of the time the public want to feel that he's put under more pressure, and the rest of the media, the non-Berlusconi media, kind of like to give him quite a good kicking. Now that sort of approach is what happens to most politicians around the world. I think in those circumstances, all I can say is it's usually best if you try not to give them too much ammunition. And I think that the hardest thing probably for Berlusconi's media team is that these stories just keep coming and coming and coming. And if there is no really big picture strategic narrative that's bigger than that, then the media will focus on those things. So I think you always need that bigger strategic narrative. Okay?
Immaginificazione sul futuro anteriore, anche programma scientifico sugli influencer, in concomitanza con il Festival dell'Innovazione, 1, 2, 3 dicembre 2010, Fiere delle Latte, Spazio 10.